You gonna end up just like them. I'm not playing.
Oh, y'all telling me people falling off? I shouldn't be here. I'm gonna leave. Come on, let's go.
This nigga done let the clap get to his head.
So throughout my time on YouTube, I've had some choice words to say about everybody's favorite show, Kimetsu no Yaiba Dabba-do. Some very positive. Fight! Fight! Yeah, this is fucking gas. What the hell? They're still going! And some... So I think it deserves that award, but like, Demon Slayer needs to chill out. Y'all need to chill out on Demon Slayer, deadass. It's getting kind of spooky. It's getting kind of scary how much the world is in love with Demon Slayer. If I'm being really honest, the overall concept of Demon Slayer slaps so damn hard to me, really. A secret society of very skilled swordsmen and women all forming to stop the demons that go bump in the night. I see a lot of complaints about Demon Slayer being all glitz, all show, but with no real gooey center to keep coming back for more. I truly feel like Demon Slayer is a complex show in the context of its own world.
Whatever that means.
With the systems of power and everything. But when thinking about the shit super philosophically or anything, it's kind of just like, yeah. Bad demon guy killed my family and now I'm getting my get back. And I know the era of the show is one of the main appeals, but just imagine if Demon Slayer was set in the modern era. Yeah. With all the technology and stuff that's accessible now. Imagine how interesting and cool that would be. Now that's a show that I would watch. I know for sure they'd be getting cooked every day on national news like the Avengers and Civil War. Because let's be honest with ourselves here, guys. Let's be really real. Deep down, as much as you try to act hard and act like Demon Slayer isn't consistently, day in, day out, every season, one of the most impressive looking shows on TV, not just in Japanese animation. For me, Demon Slayer is the Nikola Jokic of the anime community. Who? Now, I know y'all are probably a bunch of weebs who probably don't even know who this is, but just let me get this basketball analogy off, okay? Nikola Jokic is so consistently good every season, game in and game out, that you just end up accepting him, normalizing him, and taking his greatness for granted. We all know Team Ufotable is gonna snap out with the animation and cinematography every season, but the one thing we really need from Demon Slayer to make it even more captivating, and something that I think they did a solid job of this season, is making me care about the narrative going on. Because one of the most headache-ing gripes I have on this show, which after 11 years of watching this stuff, and it's starting to become increasingly more apparent in every shonen anime, scratch that, every genre of anime out there, and that is when the media I love try to slip in, you know, a little comedy to try and keep my attention, and it's never, ever funny.
Please, stop this madness.
And at this point, I know half of it is me. This is a me problem. I really like serious, dramatic ass shows and movies. I'm a depressing ass motherfucker. But at the same time, I find Love Island to be ironically hysterical.
If you're sitting there saying, I possess a lot of qualities of someone that you want to marry, why are you kissing someone else? I don't care if it's a challenge. I don't care for the challenge. I don't find that funny.
In this moment, even now, I don't feel like I've done anything wrong. Maybe
you don't feel like you've done anything wrong?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Because it's a
then
challenge at the end of the day.
Then that's a problem.
Right, okay. I just feel like...
Before you open your mouth, I'm just going to say to you, before you open your mouth, I'd think before you speak, because what comes out of your mouth, I'm going to take at face value. So it's not in 2 days, you're going to then change your mind, so think about it.
Embarrassing!
Am I the only one that feels like when Demon Slayer tries to give us levity with its humor, it feels like a damn kid show? Then I realized, no, it can't be. This show can't be for kids, because shit like this happens.
I call it death throes of the Smiths!
This is disgusting!
There is so much blood and gore in this show that there is no way they're beating the "we're a kids show" allegations. That's just not happening. You're not getting that off. I feel the same way about My Hero Academia sometimes. These two shows love to act like it wants to cater to a different demographic anytime there's downtime between some crazy eventful ass fight. And I know it's manga accurate, but I just can't take the show seriously when they show the characters like this. It takes me out of the show completely. When shonen anime try to be funny, it's usually not funny for me, let's be real. And the stuff that's not supposed to be funny is the stuff that's actually funny, because all of our senses of humor are fucked. Look at it from my perspective. This is a season where one of the demons does this.
What the fuck?
They could literally start the season with this serious ass scene with the upper moon demons having a meeting, and it's fucking tense and epic. And then a little bit after, you can have Zenitsu breaking the fourth wall.
You just remembered me. Miss me? Do you miss me? You do miss me, don't you? It's so dumb.
Like, why is he doing that? Why did they make him do that? When Demon Slayer has downtime, it gives off the gaze of a Saturday morning cartoon like Spy Family. But it still wants to be a very serious show with its concepts and tone, and they just have never ever balanced that well for me. I love a lot of things about Demon Slayer, but every time the characters either go off model or one of them is consistently yelling, you don't have to do that to make me enjoy seeing these characters. One of my fave scenes this season is when Mitsuri cheerfully tells Tanjiro goodbye, almost like they might never see each other again.
Thanks for offering. While we may not live to see each other ever again, let's give it our all.
It has a sort of sad undertone that really makes me feel the weight of the world that these characters have to live in. These motherfuckers are never safe. They can never really feel complete contempt and relaxation because their lives are just in the looming presence of evil every night. It's what they signed up for. That is Demon Slayer actually being compelling for me.
I'm a bit sad. Actually, I'm lying. I'm quite devastated.
It just feels like sometimes all people have to say about the show is how good it looks. And it's just like,
we know! We already established that! Move on!
like, yes, we fucking get it. Demon Slayer is cinematic as fuck. I swear the cameraman must be Goku or something, because look at the sequences inside Muzan's crib. It's just insane to me. But what else about this show do you guys love so much about it? What else do you guys love about the show that made Mugen Train become the highest grossing anime film in existence? What else is it? Is it the voice acting? The dialogue? Nah, definitely can't be that, because there's still scenes like this in the show.
Chief! All the Demon Slayer guards who were stationed here to protect the chief have easily been killed off. You have my word. As the most highly skilled person in the village, I'm not about to let you die, Chief!
Like, why are you yelling at the chief swordsmith, telling him that he's the chief swordsmith? He knows that! Kill the demon fish!
Like, medically speaking, are you like,
I'm not trying to be mean. Like, are you dumb?
I think she's dumb.
I hate expositional dialogue. It's like, I don't know, the Japanese is great in the show, obviously, and I'm not one of those pretentious ass anime fans that think it's going against my religion if they feel like watching a show in the English dub, because I don't feel like reading today. Because for me, the best part about anime in general is the fact that I feel like it should most times always be experienced in the native tongue. But it's just like Japan with their dialogue likes to get kinda wild and tends to forget what actual humans sound like. So even if I wanted to watch Demon Slayer in English, which I don't, it still will never feel right for me. Because most people don't talk like Zenitsu, because he's fucking annoying. So the only way I can really tolerate him is when I don't understand him. But he wasn't even in this season, so I'm not even gonna mention him anymore. Except for when Tanjiro needs an all too convenient way to catch up to the upper 5 demon, he thinks about something Zenitsu said to him about thunder breathing, and immediately he knows how to use the technique? Question mark? Did he practice it? Did Zenitsu show him how to do it? No? Okay. I guess. Why is he even thinking about fucking Zenitsu right now? When I was watching that first episode of season 3 inside cinemas, I started remembering what drove me to this show in the first place. The very concept of humans wanting to become something inhuman for longevity in their lifespan isn't really new at all, but it was still interesting enough for me to get into the show in the first place. Plus, I specifically remember when season 1 was airing, Crunchyroll would not stop shoving down this same damn advertisement every single second I was watching another show, so it drove up my curiosity. The absurdity that the offer goes to top their previous demon designs is pretty funny to me. It's like, how does Gyoko go about living normally while being a vase demon or whatever the fuck he is? Like, he is the nastiest looking creature I've ever seen in the show. Real talk. Because Domo looks like a normal guy, kind of. So does Akaza, kind of. And Upper One, I forgot his name, has the little eye thing going on. But I can fix that. Back when I was doing reactions on season 2, I remember being so confused on who the Upper One demon was. Is that his dad? Is that his dad? Is that his dad? And because Demon Slayer is so consistent with its formula, it has spent 3 seasons now basically doing the same thing, just with new settings and slightly different variables in between. But we all still know what the end goal is really. Kill all the Upper Moon demons, kill Muzan, cure Nezuko. So when the show actually surprises me with a mystery, like what the Upper One Moon demon's deal is, I didn't expect to care about that mystery so much. Muzan said,
I'm something of a scientist myself.
I have to bring up something that Demon Slayer does that I really like, and that's giving repercussions to every demon encounter. Every Upper Moon demon fight so far has either left every character near death or just flat out Rengoku'd.
No! Why you do that? That's my guy!
I love that the characters don't just casually heal like mutants after every big fight, showing that the characters, despite having superhuman like breathing mumbo jumbo magic skills, are still human, mostly.
What's he doing here? Did brother impale him through the heart?
Don't underestimate the sheer flexibility of my body! Shifting the position of my internal organs is nothing but child's play for me!
No, don't like that.
I'm still not over the bullshit justification they gave Inosuke for walking off this. Inosuke should be dead. Plot armor was on full effect in season 2. That this motherfucker somehow rearranged his guts or whatever, like, it was stupid. And I love how they tried to double down in the premiere and give me a reason why he survived the poison for so long, but I just wasn't hearing it.
Look, Mr. Tanjiro! It's related to Mr. Inosuke. It's a weasel called a honey badger from another country. Their hide is so thick, it's like armor. Even lions can't bite their way through it.
It's so cute.
They're also poison-proof, which allows them to eat venomous snakes. Wow. Lady Shinobu said Mr. Inosuke's like the honey badger.
I guess.
That's a big thing for me with Demon Slayer that I've started to notice. With the writing in this show sometimes, I feel like I'm giving a pass to it because it's a pretty girl who says dumb stuff, but it doesn't matter because she's a pretty girl and people are still gonna like her anyway. Demon Slayer is that pretty girl for me. It's like, wait, that doesn't make, ooh, pretty colors. Because like I said before, the Demon Slayer season so far have a mantra that maybe wasn't as noticeable for people reading the manga, but it is very much noticeable now while watching the anime. This shit's a little repetitive. Training arc, cool fight against a demon. Training arc with a little bit of rest, fight another demon. Training arc with a little bit of rest, fight another stronger demon, which I have been liking how the stronger the Demon Slayer is, the quicker the fight could be.
Embarrassing!
But you see what I mean by Demon Slayer's repetitive style of storytelling? You would think I would hate this, right? But I don't know. Not really. I don't hate this style of storytelling because this show knows how to raise its stakes and actually make me care about the characters to the point that I'm actually wondering if they're gonna make it out of this damn arc. And it's always in a short ass time span too. It's kind of crazy. They don't have a movie now to bite off of and call a season 2, so they said you guys are only getting 11 episodes this time. It's pretty funny. I guess Sotozaki Sensei ran out of coke for the animators. Don't lie, I know what you guys be on. I mean, don't get me wrong. At first I considered Demon Slayer's repetitive storytelling a weakness of the show entirely, unless they kept doing what they've been doing and raising the stakes every time, every season. And so far it has. For the most part, the main characters were on the run the entire season. They weren't really able to fight the upper floor demon because he was so powerful and versatile. And there is no sad, crybaby backstory for the demons this time to try and make me sympathize with generational mass murderers that have lived for over hundreds of years who probably murder babies for funsies.
I was mocked for my ugly voice and appearance. Sometimes they'd even throw rocks at me for it. Not only was I hideous, I was filthy too. Whenever I would get hungry, I would eat mice and insects. My only toy was a sickle.
Stop fucking crying, bitch! Where? I don't wanna fucking hear it!
Every upper rank demon we've seen so far feel like they shit on the main characters power wise. It's not even a competition. The main thing about Kaza and Rengoku's fight is that Kaza was enjoying Rengoku's personality so much, he wanted to turn him into a demon, because of course as he was, Rengoku literally stood zero chance against beating him. As hard as he went, he was never really gonna win that fight. But he had to fight, and it was epic as fuck. And it also made me cry.
Oh my god!
Hell, Mitsuri wasn't even able to kill the demon. If Tanjiro didn't do what he did, she would have been dead from exhaustion. These humans are in peak physical fitness, basically, having to fight out of this reality immortal super beings with apparently personality specific ass demon powers, but you know. And I'm not a swag Kage ass power levels guy. I care more about storytelling than who can beat who in a fight, but it's dope to see the good guys in this show never having the advantage, which in turn raises the stakes. The high octave tension and invoking extreme stress and emotion out of me for character safety is what I live for personally. If episode 19 of season 1 made me feel euphoria, and Rengoku's fight made me cry, and Tengen's fight I have literal live footage of me losing my mind over the entire chaotic sequence right there, oh my gosh, oh I calmed. Then I'm sorry to say, season 3 of Demon Slayer doesn't have a single memorable moment like that. Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
I'm sorry.
There surprisingly isn't a single moment from this season besides maybe that one scene in the finale, but even that is something I've seen literally a bunch of times in the show, it feels like. Season 1 has a plethora of memorable action sequences where it looks like Team Ufotable hired Barry Allen to be the cameraman that day. You know what I'm talking about. The sequences where the camera just tracks who it's following the entire time and there's not a single cut. That's the scene I was looking for this season. Mugen Train has it. The Entertainment District arc has it. This season doesn't have one of those, at least as far as I can remember. It doesn't have one of those jaw-dropping, pulled out your pants and... As simplistic as a story as Demon Slayer is to a lot of people, even to me sometimes, I still can't help but say that this show has provoked some crazy ass emotional moments from me over the past couple of years where you just gotta say, yeah, there is a reason why this show is so hyped up. In this season, there's near to little moments of levity where we just jump into the action immediately and don't really leave that place until the finale. I mean, that was one of my favorite parts of season 2 for real, where there was a span of like 7 episodes of just fighting and I was never not entertained. Except they do need to dial it back a little with, you know, the Dragon Ball Z level attacks. Shit is kind of busted. It's kind of crazy looking in this show. Another thing I wanted to mention is how Sotozaki Sensei, the director of Demon Slayer, clearly had a weird time trying to figure out how to end episodes this season. Cause I swear the cliffhangers on episodes feel more like commercial breaks than actual like end of episode cutoffs. And now I have to wait a week to see Nezuko finish this kick.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
Listen, man.
A little nitpick, but it could be just me. And with that, I'm gonna talk about the characters a little bit. And since Zenny the Thunder Kid and his best buddy Inosuke aren't in this season, I won't be talking about them. Tanjiro Kamedo. Tanjiro this season is mostly business as usual. I'm surprisingly not one of those weirdos that think Tanjiro is being so nice and unproblematic makes him boring. It's like, oh, my bad, bro. We can't all be as mentally unstable as Eren Yeager. Because in the context of Tanjiro's situation, you would think he would be way more traumatized than he actually is. Coming home to his entire family in a pool of blood, and his sister becoming an inhuman hybrid. You know, I would think I deserve to be mad sometimes, for real. Yeah, I'm in the camp that for most people in this show, you can probably predict what the entire crybaby backstory is. Boo-hoo, my family died from a demon. Join the rest of the cast. You're in a show called Demon Slayer, motherfucker, get over it. I mean, if Tanjiro's family didn't die, he probably would have just kept doing what he'd been doing. It's not like anybody in this show specifically wanted to be a Demon Slayer because it looks fun. Just a chill little hobby to do. Nothing serious. Entrepreneurship. I major in graphic design, plus I do a little demon slaying on the side. If your excuse for not liking Tanjiro is just because he's not super deep or complex or anything, I mean, that's fine. But I'd argue that no character in this show is that multi-layered, really. We don't know a single thing that Nezuko liked to do before she became a demon. And she's the fucking deuteragonist. So I don't really hate that Tanjiro is just Mr. Nice Guy, pure of heart, golden boy main character. Because for me personally, I kinda needed a simple protagonist like him for this story. Shit, if we're talking who's the best role model of popular movies and shows going on right now that kids should be looking up to.
What sets Tanjiro apart is that his kindness truly feels authentic. This is when I realized how much being an older brother defines Tanjiro's character and his kind disposition. From early on in life, he learned, as most older siblings do, that it's not just about what he wanted, but about looking after his family, setting an example for his younger siblings, and being a second parent when his father wasn't around anymore. Having to play this role molded Tanjiro to develop a sense of duty, sacrifice, and conformity. Being there for his younger siblings became his responsibility. So imagine how it felt when he failed to be there, stripped of the chance to even lift a finger to protect his family.
And I know, it's unrealistic to see someone so pure of heart to a fault, but how can you really hate on him for that? I mean, look at him. He's so helpful. Motherfucker was just raised right. So this massive tragedy that should have jaded him behind belief didn't really affect him in the way you think it would. Instead, he chose to be the best version of himself to everybody.
What a sad scent. Please, God. Help him.
Ew. You're ugly. Oh my god. Don't look at me.
But who knows what he would be like if, if Nezuko wasn't alive or something. I think we'd probably see a different guy. I also love how resourceful Tanjiro can be. He's really sort of the same as Deku from My Hero, where he'll put his whole body on the line to help someone. But unlike Deku, he'll think it through first before jumping in blindly just cause it's the right thing to do. I mean, in the finale, he had a choice between doing the morally right thing by saving those 3 random dudes instead of shielding Nezuko from the sun. And you can literally, and I mean literally, see the stress on his face in this dilemma he's in. It's so fucked. Demon Slayer is the best show on TV when it's properly conveying the intensity of the situation. It's literal box office must-see TV anytime it airs. There's a scene of Tanjiro basically playing point guard, having Nezuko assist while Genya's doing something else. It was just a cool action scene. It was so free flow, and that's usually the case for Demon Slayer's fight scenes. We've come a real long way from the Kakashi vs. Zabuza, Dragon Ball Z Western standoffs and episodes, where we can only make the characters move twice each episode. Oh my god, I am so happy anime is past that now. Studios actually know how to pace shows now. Thank the Lord. It would be hilarious if the biggest plot twist in the show would be that deep down, the only reason Tanjiro is so nice to literally everybody is that deep down he uses that as a coping mechanism to deal with every traumatic situation he's been put in. Tanjiro is not my favorite character, but he fits as a main lead for the story anyway. He changes the perspectives of the people around him and also showers them with kindness even when they want to be an instigator.
I'll be the one who becomes a Hashira!
That's great! I believe in you. You have Nezuko's and my full support. Let's give it our all.
Tanjiro's just a good lad. You can't hate him.
Are you sure about that?
Nezuko Kamado. Tokito. Nah, I'm just playing. I mean, what do I even say about Nezuko really? There's literally nothing to go off of. Personality wise, since so much about her situation is a mystery, where I hope that the only reason Nezuko is portrayed as a little puppy pet instead of an actual important character isn't because it sells toys.
Here comes the money.
God, you're looking like a snack today!
Down, boy, down! What's in your mouth? Put it down!
Yo, get your dog. It don't bite. It do bite.
Things I like about Nezuko. Things I like about Nezuko. Things I like about Nezuko. Oh, okay. What I've noticed from Nezuko this season is that in every big encounter with a demon, she never even has to speak to anybody to affect the fight scene. Since the show is just as much about her as it is about Tanjiro, it's cool to see her never being sidelined for no good reason. She usually always has something to do. Besides that ass pull in season 2 where she gets 2 new abilities in a row that just so happen to save all of our heroes just in the nick of time. You see what I mean when I say Demon Slayer is just a dumb pretty blonde girl sometimes? Nezuko as a person is really just cardboard. Since spoiler alert, she can finally talk now for some reason that I hope gets explained eventually, because even Tanjiro was just like
Yokatta. Daijoubu.
I'm a little lost, but fair enough.
I love how this show can be so brutal at times with her. She can go from being a cute little chibi one episode to getting her neck sliced in the next one. Nezuko's situation is always driving the story forward, but I'd love now that she can speak, she can actually give an opinion about how she feels about the situation she's in. How does she feel about the loss of her family? How does she feel about being turned into a monster? Does she have input about any of this? Something to say. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in season 4. Muchiro Tokito. When the season first started, I thought Tokito was going to be a fun character to see grow from being a dickhead to being a morally sound person. You know, probably also have a little sad crybaby backstory. You know the vibes, you know how it is. You ain't special, bro. Everybody gets one. Call me messed up, but we should know this about me by now. But I actually got excited that Tokito was originally portrayed to me as being a morally messed up person at first. I'll be honest, I wanted him to let that kid die to that demon that he saw as a low priority at first.
There's no reason to stop and fight it now. If the entire village is under attack, then the village chief comes first. Those with greater skills and talents are my top priority to protect.
I wanted him to hold on to that weight of being strong enough to do something about it, but being so robotic that he just let another person die when he could have stopped it. That would have been so compelling for me. But instead, he just gets affected by the words of a motherfucker he just met that day, basically. I'm sorry, but it would have been way more effective for me, showing how inexperienced as a Hashira he is by letting that kid die and going to help Tanjiro anyway. It's messed up, I know.
Protect the babies.
I'm the main one that be saying protect the babies. But nah, not this time. This should have been Tokito's canon event. I don't care that Tanjiro's words reminded him of his dad, even if it was the right thing to do. It's like, yeah, your whole outlook on life changed now from this one conversation you had. I just don't like that. It's kind of lazy. It affected him so much to the point that he'd save someone he'd originally would have turned a blind eye to.
Cap.
Now with the album out, are you paying attention?
The fact that he even had to make his mind up on saving somebody right there and then. If he actually wanted to do it, he could have just did it and went on his way. But the fact that he gave it thought, when any other person in this show would have just saved them and carried on, it just would have been cool seeing something I didn't expect for once. That's all I'm really saying. Despite that though, I actually like that the author gives context to Tokito's personality and his backstory, since he was originally the optimist, since his twin brother was the realist. So after, you know what happens. What always happens in this show. Unlike Tanjiro, he actually did develop a sort of reclusive personality after the death of his family. The only thing about Tokito's story that's weird for me is the little amnesia storyline they put in. For me, when you really think about it, it didn't really need to be in there. He kind of just remembered everything on his own eventually, and it literally serves zero purpose in the story really. I mean, I appreciate Tokito being the first demon slayer in the show to actually talk shit while fighting.
Say something, you worthless puppet! Quit playing dumb with me! You really know how to rub someone the wrong way, don't you, brat?
But you just told me to shut my mouth earlier. Besides, it didn't really warrant a reaction.
I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cool. Once he got free from that Zabuza-ass water prison jutsu, he immediately smacked up the demon he was fighting. Bro really hit him with the trunks move too. That was dope. I like that.
Jesus Christ.
Although afterward, remember how I said that the kid he saved should have died? Yeah, well now I really mean that. Bro really pulled plot armor out of his gi to maintain Demon Slayer's PG-13 rating that has already been crossed like 30 times. Sometimes we just need to let characters die. Whether it's minor or major, we need that to convey the stakes and weight that these characters now have to carry trying to protect people. You can't just give everybody some convenient ass out for dying. People should be dying in this show. Killing upper moon demons are clearly very hard, as we've been seeing, that's all I'm saying. Mitsuri Kanroji. I'm not gonna lie, if Mitsuri's entire character was gonna be hee titties, my brain was gonna die. We need to get past designing sexy characters and giving them no personality. Thankfully though, Mitsuri is not that. In fact, I think she might be one of my favorite characters in the show now. I like how she literally embodies what she's the Hashira of, with her bubbly, vibrant, extrovert personality. She still kind of feels like a cartoon character at times by the way she talks, but that doesn't even matter, because for the first time in the show, we have a character who isn't really motivated by tragedy, grief, revenge, or whatever the fuck. Mitsuri is dead ass just a semi-normal person. All she really wanted was a place she could be fully herself, and apparently chose to fight monsters for a living doing it, with a weapon that I'm still trying to figure out how it works. I mean, it all makes sense. She loves the validation she gets from saving people since she grew up as a little tomboy that nobody wanted to marry in her village. It'd be dope to see as the series continues, her actually gain more confidence gradually to where she doesn't need that dopamine kick from other people, and she can just be strong in her own eyes. Because I'm not gonna lie y'all, I hate seeing insecure women in media and in real life. It pulls out my heartstrings a little bit. It hurts me seeing a woman shun her naturally beautiful hair and body just because it's 1920s Japan. I mean, I know it's the Taisho period, but come on. Who wouldn't want to marry this girl and all her redeeming qualities? I know a majority of the internet would. I don't even have to ask y'all. And I know attacks on Demon Slayer are heightened to the extreme for viewers' enjoyment. Tanjiro isn't actually shooting out water dragon jutsus, but how the hell was Mitsuri blocking these Dragon Ball Z level attacks with her flimsy ass sword?
Cap.
Like, how do you even make a whip into a sword? Did you just sharpen the sides and put a hilt on it? I need to see the math. Also, I don't know what's up with the super secret clan markings on everybody's body that they've been getting this season, but I'm gonna need that to be explained real soon before I just call bullshit on it. My biggest complaint about this season really has to be how uninteresting the antagonists are as people, which thank God, because I don't need to know your crybaby backstory for you to leave a lasting impression on the story. These these two left a lot on the table, really. And I hope the next season makes up for that in the antagonist part of the show. I mean, I'm trying to see what this dude is all about finally. Alright, is that everybody? Is that everything? Oh shit. I almost forgot about Genya! Just Bakugo with a mohawk, innit?
Die! 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 Die!
Nah, but I'm not gonna lie. I was spoiled on Genya being a, demon hybrid a long time ago. Thank you, Twitter, for that so much. I fucking hate that app. Genya is such a funny character to watch for me. Everybody else is a skilled swordsman or martial artist, and Genya is just out here playing Call of Duty on demon difficulty. Like, I swear to God, every time he shot someone, I cackled. It's the funniest thing, I swear. Bro is literally just an American. The author of Demon Slayer really saw those I'm out of chakra, but I'm not out of option memes, and ran with it. Blick breathing. First form. Brah, brah. His flashback was weird for me though. It was kind of like blending together with Tokito's backstory at the same time for me in my head, and it was just weird. Especially since they put it in the middle of an action scene just to let us know about his past. Like, I really don't like that. I really don't like when Demon Slayer does that. It kills the pacing for me. While I love seeing two loving brothers turn into two miserable ass dudes after a tragedy, it could have went somewhere else. All I know is since Tanjiro is the community therapist, I'm guessing Genya and his brother will be at his next consultation call. All in all, Demon Slayer Season 3 did everything it needed to. It's a solid continuation of the story, and I can tell without even reading the manga yet that it's probably staying pretty accurate to the source material so far. You can really see why the world cares so much about this show. It's a lot to try to make people care about 3 different new main characters, put all their trials and tribulations up until now, and shit it all out into 11 episodes. That's really tough. I know they truly did their best. We shouldn't be worried about, a quality drop off whatsoever from the show anytime soon. The scene of Nezuko almost dying literally made my jaw drop by how beautiful it was. And if it was somebody other than Nezuko, I actually would have believed for a second that they might have let her die. So you're telling me this random ass doctor was giving Muzan devil juice, which is how he became the first demon? Okay. 8 out of 10. Make season 4 24 episodes, please. Take your time. Hugs and kisses. Bye.
Did you tell me this was over? There ain't no use talking it over. Why can you try to tell me sooner? Can you tell me it was over?